Tell me.
Yeah.
What are the arguments against transitioning to wind, solar in the energy area? Because I hear this argument that solar and wind are not sustainable. Okay, so if you know if you know much about that, tell my audience the arguments.
Okay, so interestingly, because I'm someone who also likes to learn, I'm a teacher, and because I'm a teacher, my greatest resource is knowledge. And
Good.
For me to continue to harvest that, I need to learn. I have to go back to school, learn constantly.
Yeah.
So recently, I was selected for the OAP, that's the Open Africa Power Fellowship.
Okay.
Where I've been taking some courses online with a university in Italy. It's called the School of Regulation in Italy. And on this course, it's really exposed my mind on the renewable energy sources and their limitations and innovations to reduce the limitations.
Okay.
And so I'm going to share a number of things here. So first of all, there's been the argument about wind in Nigeria. I've overheard the minister for power in Nigeria saying that one of the reasons why it has been difficult for Nigeria to tap fully into wind is that now the height where the what's it called? The wind, what's it called? Is it the windmill now?
Yeah,
the windmill that you are supposed to create.
Blade, yeah.
The blades,
yeah.
The height that you're supposed to construct that to, for you to really tap into high velocity or wind, speed of wind, for you to power a community sustainably, is really high. You must construct that pole really tall, so that the blades will be high up there and will capture the wind,
the strongest wind,
velocity, that is needed.
Yeah.
The problem with that is its cost. It has a high cost implication.
Okay.
And he was arguing that the government might not be able to fund it, because they would need a lot of it, and that is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So that is on the side. You have another argument about solar, that the cost of actually producing a simple panel, like a very simple one that will power one household, is quite expensive for an average Nigerian to afford.
Yeah.
So, and they will tell you that the cost is from the cost of putting together the panel itself. So there is ongoing research to look for cheap materials that can also conduct energy in the same way that as you'd have it right now.
Yeah.
But using cheaper materials.
Yeah.
And that investigation is going on now. And I feel like within the next decade, your solar panel and the accessories might be going for as very, very cheap. Just as you have cheap phones now. You know how phones were.
Yeah. Okay. See, for me, I would say this. I'm not very happy about the work engineering schools in Nigeria and Africa.
Okay.
They have not been doing their work. Okay. Because for a country where energy is a big issue for us, okay, and a country where we have so much natural sunlight
resources,
okay, our engineering faculties should have been doing a lot of research in this space for a long time, and by now we should have been one of the the foremost. I'm talking about Africa as a whole. Should be foremost in the space of renewable energy. We should be selling it. We should be selling it to the rest of the world. But we haven't done the work. You know,
I do agree with
now
you.
They will sell it. They will sell it to us. Meanwhile, we have all the resources.
Well, but to be fair, because I work in academia, I can tell you that research of this kind is capital intensive, and so you need funds to do the research.
Yes.
And the problem with doing research in this part of the world is your hands are tied. You have the idea, you have the expertise, but you don't have the funds. You don't have the funds. And that's the problem. There's a huge gap between the industry and academia in this part of the world. Most of the funds should not come from the government. They should come from the industry, because they are the ones that will use the innovation as soon as it's done. They are going to use it more, right? But unfortunately, what happens is they have lost trust in the academic institution in Africa. So when the big industries in Africa wants to really do research to know what's happening, they take it abroad because they feel that they are, in quotes, more competent, they have the resources, they have the wherewithal, you know, to make this work. And that continues to cause the gap. Divide the gap.
So somehow we
academia in Africa,
we need to find a way to bring all those research things back to Africa, because if you don't do that, then the trend will continue, and the African universities will lag behind. Will continue lagging behind. So there's we have to find a way to do it. You know, really
we don't have a choice. Really.
Yeah, we don't have a choice.